Hey, it's Dan from Coach Thomas Tech again. And I just want to talk about one of my favorite projects I did. I did this windmill project, and the idea of it was, and this was my Lego twist on it, you had to build a wind turbine that would raise Emmett from the Lego movie out of the pit before President Business covered him with the Craggle. So if you don't understand the Lego movie reference, go watch the Lego movie because everyone is awesome. And everything is better when you're part of a team. So anyways, I would give my kids a $5 budget. Not real money. And they could spend up to $5. And they got things like cardstock, craft sticks, brass fasteners, and each thing had a price. And the goal was to stay within the budget and complete the process. It wasn't who could do it on the cheapest version, but who could do it within the budgetary constraints. And the other thing I did with that too was, if you bought materials, let's say a craft stick, and you broke it, you don't get to return that for something else, right? And it usually was a class block. My class blocks were 80 minutes. So usually 80 minutes, and we had time start to finish to do it. Usually like 60 by the time cleanup and setup and all that kind of stuff happened. But anyways, they had a $5 budget. Piece of cardstock was $1. A paper clip was $0.25. You get the idea. And it really made the kids think. And I didn't do this every time, right? You can't do that every time. But it really, really, really made the kids think about what they wanted to use for their project and what they were going to use it for. So, and then I would build a spreadsheet that I would post on the board. And on that spreadsheet, I set it up so that if it was red if it was over and it was green if it was under. And the kids could update it. It was on my smart board, ready for them to look at. And the kids really loved that project because it was very creative. We were still engineering, we were still design thinking, we were still collaborating, and we were still, in the success criteria was raise Emmett out of the pit using the fan, right? I had a big box fan that I used as the wind. And it was great, simple little great project, right? Just very low tech, very basic, and they had to design it, they could test it, they had a time limit, they had a budget limit. And we could also talk some engineering with it, but it was also about thinking, design thinking, creativity, collaboration, right? Construction, attention to detail, fine motor skills, all kinds of different things we were working on. And the kids loved it. And then we could talk about it at the end. And then the next day we would talk about, what was the engineering? Why did this happen? What happened here? And we would talk about what wind turbines do. And then maybe go into a wind turbine exercise and talk about wind farms and things like that, right? And engineering of them and aerodynamics and flight, right? And some science concepts. So we're hitting some standards as well. But it was a great little entry event or end of the week event or whatever you needed it to be, right? And it could be a writing prompt, right? It could be a reflection piece, but it was awesome. So give your kids an opportunity to just be creative. Just try something, build something, let them get hands-on and get dirty. And give them some real-world constraints. You want to find out more about these things, reach out to me, Coach Thomas Tech. Head over to my website, check out my podcast, the Tech Ed Clubhouse podcast, and we'll see you next time.